Daniel.
Word up, peace and blessings. Let's do Daniels with DoDaniels.com. And today we're on our Healthy Wednesdays, I believe. What is that? Yeah, Healthy Wednesday. We'll Health Talk on Wednesday. We want to make sure that we keep things consistent, flavorful, and everything. You know, I wrote the book, Dead Doctors. Excuse me. I didn't write that. I wish I wrote that book. I wrote the book, Dead. I'm about to say it again. Dr. Wallach wrote the book, Dead Doctors Don't Lie. But I wrote the book, Life's a Game to Win. And in my book, I focused on 5 areas in which I believe people need to play in order to thrive and survive in life as we live in this era of digital technology, this era of information technology, this era of just speed, this era of making sure that you're able to compete. It's not like it used to be years ago where everybody's helping people up, patting everybody on the backside, encouraging them, telling them the right advice. Sometimes people will steer you down a long, windy road just to see you get lost. And while that is a shame, that is kind of the life we live in these days, where some of your fellow men and brethren and sisterin do not want to see you succeed. And it's probably just because they don't want to succeed. So, they know the adage, birds of a feather flock together. So they know you're going to flock away if you get successful. At any rate, that's not what the topic of today is. Today's topic is you saw the marquee. It says, you didn't even try. You did not even try. You didn't even give it a great shot. And what this is based on something that a lot of people do in their life. A lot of people actually don't really give themselves a good shot at something. Be it they're trying to lose weight, be it they're trying to improve their health, be it they're trying to start a business, be it they're trying to go for a job, be it they're trying to do a lot of things. They give it this half, I can't say what I want to say. I can say it, but, my daughter actually charges me every time I use vulgar language. So I'm trying to cut back. So, but they give this half effort. And when we give this half effort, consequently, it shows your faith in yourself. And definitely in the Christian circles, faith, the amount of faith you show in yourself towards a opportunity, towards something, consequently shows the amount of faith you have in your God. So I think it's very important to take this a bit serious, than we normally do. And the best way to do that is to give things everything you've got. So Brother Steve has a song, he wrote a song, Give. It was a Christian song, of course. He said, give Jesus all you've got. And so you have to give yourself all you've got. You got to give your family all you've got. You got to give everything, your health, all you've got. And that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about giving your health all you got. The reason why I titled it, You Didn't Even Try, or You Didn't Even Give It Your Best Shot, is because this is what happens a lot. We say, well, I'm going to try something for, I'm going to give it about 30 minutes. I'm going to give it 30 days. I'm going to give it, a little bit of a go. And I'm going to see what happens. When I hear that language, because I used to do that, and everything I said that about, I never succeeded in it. So whenever I hear people saying that, I kind of stop them and say, look, if you're just going to give it a shot to see what happens, then don't do it. Because you have to know what's going to happen if you give it your best shot. You have to know. If you know, then you're not wavering in it. And even if you don't succeed right away, if you know you gave it your best shot and it didn't work out for you, then you could say, well, I can put this down because I did give it my best shot. Or you can say, I'm moving on to the next possible solution because I did give this my best shot. So, and that's something that we have to be conscious of. You see, I actually got this from my old college teammate, Daniel Bush, and Daniel Bush just moved to China. Peace to Daniel Bush. Be safe out there, brother. And Don, is from Maywood, Illinois, So Don's a very funny guy. And while we were in practice one day, after practice, kind of shooting around, I took a shot. I just shot the ball, and Don always has this funny way of talking to people. And he just said to me, "You didn't even try to make that shot," because I missed the shot. And I started laughing because I thought he was being funny, but he said, "You didn't even try to make that shot." And then he would go into, giving me a tough time and making fun of me. And I started to think about it. He said, when you shot it, you didn't even try to make it. And I started to think about that. And as a basketball player, as a lot of basketball relates to life, at least for me and for a lot of other people, I realized that I sometimes was shooting the ball just because I could shoot it. And being the focused player in high school, meaning that I was the main player on the high school team. They came to me to shoot the ball, get the shots. You take some of those shots for granted. So sometimes you're actually, the main thing that you did was the move. You didn't take time to make the shot or the focus to make the shot. You focused on making sure the move made the crowd go, ooh, and ah, rather than making the shot. And sometimes the ooh, once you did the crossover and the step back, and the crowd said, ooh, you was happy. Then you just threw up the shot to show that you can get any shot off. And that's what I thought Don was talking about. Because, yeah, I didn't try to make the shot. I was just putting up shots because I knew I could shoot. So you have to, we have to be very conscious of what our goals are. Is it goals just to, make the crowd go ooh and ah? Or is it to actually hit the actual goal that we need to see the change in the circumstance that we need? And when it pertains to health, you can't just go for the oohs and ahs. You can't just go for let me give this a try so I can, get this out the way. You have to actually give yourself a real shot at making that change. In one of the health companies that I work with, one of the things that they always say is that it took a lifetime. It took at least 5-10 years to develop certain illnesses that we see some people come into. Diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, arthritis, osteoporosis, and many other, high-level diseases that, quite frankly, our food, I'm going to be really straight up, our food is creating. You see, you can start a war on people through their food because they ingesting that stuff. It'll just kill them slowly, make them feel bad throughout time. But if you start to be conscious of what you're eating, then things change around. But you've developed these habits, and I'm going to use that word habits, over a long period of time. And then all of a sudden it's come to a head, Now you want a godlike fixing, Can I take this and it's going to fix it? Or you want a godlike, turnaround. And it's all right to want that. But at the same time, I want, $5 million a year. But I'm not going to say, man, I'm going to give up on this just because I don't see $5 in my first month. So we have to bring it to that type of a whole. We have to bring it to that type of understanding that when you go out to take on a new, what's it called? A new, feat, a new endeavor, that you got to give it a shot. Sometimes, most of y'all, and I'm included, we don't even give it a good shot. We don't really give it a fair shake. We sit back and we think we did. Well, I took some vitamins and minerals, or I went out and exercised the first day. I came back in the scale at the end of the day. I didn't lose no weight. So exercising don't work. And that's a horrible approach to take. First of all, that's a horrible approach to take, and everybody knows that doesn't make sense. What is getting everybody is, of course, time and schedule. I'd rather have more time than money, actually, because time is very, you can get more money, you can't get more time. So, our scheduling and lifestyle, rush, get to work, put in those extra hours, 9 to 9 almost, no time for anything else. And then you got friends. And if you have a family, then you almost have no friends, or your friends are, backseat passengers, because, your wife, your kids, your husband, all these people take up time. And so life is so humble, jumbled, and rushed, and work, and all this, that simple things like waking up, drinking a cup of water first to get your body flowing, eating a decent breakfast, eggs, spinach, smoothie, fruits, vegetables are non-existent. Giving yourself something that's, healthy to snack on in between, like a trail mix of some sort, or some, cashews or almonds. We don't do these things. We go get a bag of Lay's. You're not giving yourself a fair shake. And then when the results don't come in that you want, this stuff don't work for me. Then you go on to the next step. Lunchtime. They got the chimney blowing. Dunkin' Donuts got their stuff blowing out there. It's coming in your nose. You got McDonald's blowing their stuff that's coming in your nose. You got Chick-fil-A going out there. They blowing in your nose. You got Harold's, if you're in Chicago, Harold's Chicken blowing in your nose. You got all these food joints, vents blowing directly in your nose. And you say, man, I should go get me a natural salad with some nice, veggies in it, and a nice little not barbecue, I'm about to say barbecue sauce, a nice little salad dressing that don't got more calories than, a barbecue steak sandwich. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how they get you on the salad tip. But if you do that, then you stay focused, you're staying on your task, you're changing your lifestyle. It's not just a diet to you, it's becoming your lifestyle. Oh, I don't eat that stuff no more. I don't eat all this other stuff that led me to my illnesses and led me to my shortcomings. I'm giving this thing a fair shake. And then afternoon, I'm feeling the sugar urge. Well, then let me take me some, dark chocolate or something that's not going to be too excessive. That's going to, shut me down or make me feel mentally that I've lost my edge, and so now I got to go back and start over or give up altogether. And then for dinner, I'm eating something light. I'm not eating a whole bunch of heavy stuff. I ate my heavier stuff during the day when I was up and active. Now that I'm about to go into the latter part of the evening, I need to settle down my stomach so that it can use all the nutrients I've given it. Speaking of nutrients, throughout the day, you made sure you was taking your vitamins and your minerals. Should be a total of 16 vitamins, 60 plus minerals, 12 amino acids, 3 essential fatty acids. If you're not getting those in that combination per 100, 1 ounce per 100 pounds that you weigh, you are slipping because you're not getting your nutrients. And I can tell you that you have a 90% chance that you're not getting them in your food, especially if you're a resident of the United States of America, because they don't really grow the foods like that no more. Plus, even if they were, you don't know for sure which ones you're getting and which ones you aren't. This is how the latest guys that live up to 90 or 100 years old, and not just, feeble 90, 100-year-old guys. These are, guys that still go out to the movies, got the ladies with them, got their lady with them. Working out, everything. Mouth full of teeth, their own teeth. So, these are things that, you got to think about when it comes to your health. Are you giving yourself the fair shot? Are you trying? Are you putting up the effort? If you are, then, congratulations to you. If you are not, then I'm not going to say shame on you, because we all have our downfalls, but you can't get mad at a system or at an institution or at an endeavor because you haven't given it a fair shot. You have to concentrate. You have to take those shots, and you have to concentrate to make the shots. Not just the fact that because you can take it, you got to start to be serious with it. You got to take your supplements and improve your eating. And if you're having a tough time improving your eating, then you got to start, maybe take one thing that you're going to change up. A young lady asked me, she wanted to cut down on her, stop smoking cigarettes. I said, well, I don't know what your will level is, if you can stop cold turkey, but what I would do is see how many cigarettes are you smoking a day? 20. You smoking 20 cigarettes a day? And then I said, well, cut it down to 15. Right? Now, the scientists and people that know about cigarette smoke might say that's a terrible thing to tell somebody. But I said, for the first week, cut it down to 15. So then when you get to 15, you stop. Now you've had cigarettes through the day. The next week, go down to 10. And then throw on the patch of some of these things that have been clinically shown to stop smoking. This is not a smoking section, but I'm showing you can do the same thing with food. You know what? I eat 2 or 3 burgers every night for dinner. Well, let's first of all stop eating that for dinner. Let's eat those 2 or 3 burgers for breakfast or lunch. Okay? And then let's go down from 2 or 3. Let's just go down to, 2 for sure. Or 1. Let's deal with 1 plate of food. And then let's drink water afterwards and settle down. If you're still hungry later, let's start dealing with some fruits or some natural foods that are not going to be as taxing to the body. Anyway, that's our healthy talk on Wednesday. You have to give yourself a fair shot with your health. You got to give yourself a fair shot with anything you do because it's that important. I would like to make a quick announcement. If you're a health professional and you would like to come on and be on our Wednesday show, I definitely want you to contact us on the contact part of our page. We do these by phone, have them recorded, and we'll, of course, upload the podcast onto our website where it'll be viewed by our thousands of viewers and listeners. So I'm Duke Daniels. Have a healthy rest of the week, and we'll see you next time. Peace and blessings. And just before you forget, go to dudaniels.com, of course, where you're listening to this from. And also, if you need to get supplements, I recommend getting your supplements from Longevity. Longevity is the supplement company I use from the majority of the major nutrients and supplements that you need. If you don't know why you need supplements, then I want you to go visit themineralman.com. Put your name and email address in there. It's going to tell you why you need supplements and why you should use Longevity supplements. But go to longevityproducts.org. You should see the links at the bottom of this audio and get on and learn about why you need supplements and why you should be taking these in addition to improving your eating habits that you have. So with that, I'm out. I'll see you next Wednesday on the health topic. Peace and blessings.